Welcome of the React.js application. How React.js application will work. So in this video, we will learn about the components. As I already told you, this is a component based architecture. In that architecture, everything is a component. So we'll start about that. What is a component and how many types of components are there in the React.js. So in the React.js, we have two types of the components. First is the functional components, which are used in the earlier of 16.2 version. Okay, in the 16.2 version. But after that, in the 17.2 version, they introduced the hooks. Okay, it's called class component dot js. So you have the class will be, the name will be always capital of your component. You should create that as a capital letters. Currently I did the only for example for you guys, but you have to do the same. So for that, first of all, you have to import React from React. But in the class based component, you have to write one more thing, that is called component. This component you have to extend to get from the React. For that, next step is you have to write a class and your component name, which you have right here. You don't do anything, just rename that and copy this name, right, like this. Okay, so avoid the spelling mistake and all over the things. So this will very helpful for you guys. Okay, and so you have to extend that you have write component. Okay, in that case you write that, and in the last you have to export this component like this one. Export, not expect, export default, which component? That is called class based component. Correct? This is the syntax of class based component which we are writing. Okay, in that case you have to write, in the class based component you have to write one constructor. Correct? That is called constructor. Constructor means you have to build something in your app, and in constructor you have to use props. When this constructor, anything you write in this you can use in your component. Correct? So for that one I will describe in the next video, but for this we will learn about class based component, how it is used and why we are using this, and what is the syntax of this. Correct? So next we have to render our HTML in our React app. So for that one you have to use render. Okay, in render app you have to write this, and in that you have to return your whole div. So in that you have to write a div. Hello, this is a class based component. Correct? Whenever you did this thing, this is our child component. Now you have to use this component in app.js. So first we will remove this header from here. Correct? And here we will just add your component. See, this is the React feature which automatically configure in your app automatically by the name. So whenever you will write any component and you have given the component name, so the color will be the green. Okay, this is the way you can use now this is the way you can use child component in your main parent component. Here app is a parent component and class based is a child component. Now you have run this thing. See, hello, this is a class based component. This already come here, correct? Now we have changed here. Now we did nothing on app.js, just include that. If I want to add one more component here, so how can I do that? So again, you can create one file, subclass component.js, correct? You have to just do copy and paste this thing and paste it here, but change the name, subclass component, correct? This is your subclass component. Save it. Now go to in the class component. You have to wrap this thing in one fragment. That's called React fragment. But we have a shortcut. We can use it, correct? In that case, you have to write in this way, so it will work, correct? And if you have to include the component, you have to use subclass component. With that way you have to write, and if you go see, after that you can save it and you can check it here. Yeah, this is for the class based component which we are using. And for constructor will be the next video. You have to check very with your dedications, and very important, it's very important series to you guys, that will helpful for you to crack the interview, to understand the value of React.js, why we are using this thing. Thank you for the watching. We'll meet you in the next lecture.